Hi, I'm registered dietitian Jacqueline Gomes. November is Diabetes Awareness Month, and it's a great time to explore healthful eating, especially with the holidays coming up so fast. Having diabetes shouldn't keep you from enjoying a wide variety of foods, including some of your favorites. People with diabetes have the same nutritional needs as everyone else. So with that, today we're going to prepare a fabulous baked salmon dish that's appropriate for everyone in your family. So you want to start by preheating your oven to 400 degrees. So what I have here is just under a pound of salmon, and I've cut it into 2 portions. As you know, salmon does contain beneficial amounts of omega-3 fatty acids, and the American Heart Association does recommend consuming at least 2 servings of fatty fish weekly to help reduce the risk of heart disease. I'm going to be putting it on a cookie sheet. I like to line my cookie sheets with aluminum foil. It does help to preserve them and it makes cleanup a little bit easier. I sprayed it with just a little bit of cooking spray to make sure that it doesn't stick. And you always want to go skin side down with your salmon here with this particular recipe. So the first thing we're going to do is season it with a little salt and pepper. Okay, so I have a little bit of salt here. Just get a little bit of salt right on top. You don't have to get too crazy with, how much. I mean, just do it just to taste. If you're watching your sodium intake, you may want to use, really just a sprinkle. And I have just some fresh ground pepper here that we're going to put on top. Okay, so now the star of this show is a really fun garlic and parsley mixture that I actually learned from my mom. She puts it on pretty much anything and she makes it ahead and she keeps it in the fridge for a couple days. You can use it on chicken, you can use it on shrimp. I like to use it on my salmon, and I'll show you how easy it is to prepare. So I'm using a little mini food processor. If you don't have one, it's okay. You can just finely mince everything with a knife. So I'm just gonna coarsely chop some garlic into the mini food processor. You can just toss the rest in here. All right, then I'm gonna take a bunch of parsley. You can use the stems, the stems have flavor too. A lot of people get rid of them, but you don't necessarily have to. And just kind of break it up a little bit while you're getting it into the processor. And about a handful I think is fine. Okay, and then we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Just enough to kind of get it moist. There we go. And a pinch of salt. Okay. All right, there we go. So we're gonna process this just until everything is minced and put, well put together. You don't wanna get it to the point where it turns into a paste. Then you've kind of gone a little bit too far. All right, so now I think it's, perfect. So if you can see, it's pretty finely chopped. I mean, it's definitely a mince. So all you're gonna do is just take a spoon and just spread it on top of your fish. I would say maybe 1 to 2 teaspoons. It really is gonna depend on how much you like garlic. I really enjoy it, so I like to kind of layer it on. I think that works, that's perfect. Now we're actually gonna add a little bit of spicy mustard. I think this creates really nice moisture. Again, about a teaspoon. It's really just gonna depend on what you enjoy taste-wise, but you don't need to get too heavy with it. And then again, you just wanna take your spoon and spread it over, make sure everything's spread out evenly, so every time you take a bite, you get the same flavors. Okay. Excellent. And that's really it. So really that's simple. So our prep is done. Now we're going to pop this in the oven about 400 degrees for just about 15 minutes. You wanna make sure that you don't overcook your salmon because then it will get a little bit rubbery, so you're better off just a touch under, and if you need to put it back in, then that's your best bet. Okay. Remember, we preheated our oven to 400, and we're gonna bake that for about 15 minutes. Okay, so I think we're all set. Let's get our salmon out. All right, looks terrific. Okay. So now we're just gonna plate it. I think this dish goes well with just some sauteed vegetables. You could do a baked sweet potato. Really, anything that you enjoy as a side is gonna go well with this. Perfect. I can tell it's really moist, not overly done. So let's give it a go here. I'm so excited. This is like my favorite thing to eat. Perfect. Just enough garlic. The parsley adds such a nice fresh flavor. Just the right amount of little salt and pepper. Really simple dish, but really it's done in just under 20 minutes. Like I said, serve it with a side of sauteed vegetables, any type of vegetables that you enjoy. Thanks so much for watching and enjoy.